Hi everyone, this little machine is an MD100P. It was manufactured and sold by Shimadzu Medical Systems when I was still a very young person. Unlike all Shimadzus, these things go on forever. Awesomest machines ever made. This little machine is mains powered with a maximum kV output of 100 kV and a maximum MA output of 30 MA. The output waveform on this is half-wave rectified. Over here, we have the power on-off switch. To the right of the power switch is the line voltage compensation switch. After you power on, you will adjust this switch until the needle in the line voltage display aligns with the little arrow. Next to the line voltage display is the kV indicator. Depending on the body part that will be x-rayed, the kV will be adjusted. If you need to see bone, then lower kVs will be used. For soft tissue, higher kVs will be used. So for your hand, you will use something like 50 kV. And then to see your lungs, you will use 100 kV. To look at your abdomen, you will use something in between. To the right, you will find the X-ray activation button as well as the X-ray on warning light. This light will illuminate whenever X-rays are being generated. And lastly, on the top right is the timer control knob. By adjusting the time longer, one makes the image darker. As a result, you will find that the kV tends to change the contrast of the image, and the MA and the time combination tends to change the brightness of the final image. Next, we have the X-ray source. This source does not produce any X-rays if there is no power applied to it. It is not an isotope and is artificially generated. This allows us to finely control the exact amount of X-ray radiation that is being produced, so we can get the ultimate image with the least X-ray dose to the patient. Then lastly, at the end of the X-ray source is the beam limiter, or collimator as we call it. This has got LED leaves inside it that can be adjusted with a knob to increase or decrease the area that will be exposed by the X-ray beam. This is usually adjusted so that it just covers the area to be X-rayed, thereby protecting the rest of your patient from radiation. And here we can see the inside of the unit. This is the bottom of the switches and the panels we just looked at. Here you can see the extremely neat wiring, as back in the day people still took pride in their work that did it properly. And then we have the guts of the unit. This consists of the main transformer. To the left of it is a vertical PC board which houses the timer. The timer gets its signals from the timer knob that's in the front panel. To the left of that are two green items with some wires connected to it. These are resistors that's used to calibrate the instrument. They adjust the MA. This unit is called a falling load X-ray machine. By changing the MA, we can balance out the kV on this one. It's like a seesaw. When the MA gets increased, the kV will decrease to reach the balance point again. This unit was brought to us for service and calibration. So let's take it apart, connect some test equipment and see what happens. First I will repair the test equipment. I will remove the jumper in the center tab and connect my little resistor network on there. The resistor is a 10 ohm 2% tolerance resistor. This will connect to the oscilloscope, so every time I take an X-ray I will see the waveform or the pulses for each exposure on the oscilloscope. This will allow me to test and confirm and adjust the MA of this unit. As always, before using the oscilloscope, I prefer to calibrate it. After the oscilloscope self-calibration completes, I will proceed to connect the oscilloscope probes to the voltage divider that is connected to the center tap of the high tension transformer, or the X-ray tube as we called it earlier. While trying to set the factors, I found that one of the knobs were loose and misaligned. At this stage, I will proceed to remove the grub screws, align the knob properly, and put it in the correct position so that one can change the settings correctly. Okay, and now that that's done, we can continue and take an X-ray. Here you can see the final waveform. This meter is called an oscilloscope and is just a fancy multimeter. Instead of writing the value in digits 1, 2, 3, 4, it actually draws a picture. Think of it as a fancy heart monitor. In a hospital, when you connect it to a heart monitor, the line starts on the left and then bounces up and down each time your heart compresses. And of course, when it stops, it flatlines as they call it in the movies. This machine does exactly the same thing. The big difference on this machine is, while a heart monitor slowly moves from the left to right, this can do it really fast. So a heart monitor, to go from the left to the right of the screen, is a couple of seconds. The horizontal blocks is in 10 millisecond increments. The vertical blocks is 0.2 volt increments. So the bottom left corner is 0 seconds, 0 volts. As the time passes, it will start to record the voltage and it will plot it on this graph. The result is that at the end of the day, we can see the voltage as a picture and not only as a value. This allows us to judge the stability of the voltage and not only its magnitude. Now that I have confirmed that the unit is working, I will continue to test some more components, and then I will remove the timer board and visually inspect it for bad soldering joints, cracks or loose components. After this, I will connect my second oscilloscope and I will start testing the capacitors one by one while the unit is on to see if there's no signs of bad capacitors. A good capacitor in this case will give us a flat line. If you can see a wavy waveform on the image, you know the capacitor is not storing energy anymore, has actually gone faulty. In this case, we will replace them. However, on this machine, all the capacitors are still in very good condition and seems to be working fine. And that brings us to the end of part 1 of this project. In the next episode, we will adjust the MA, check the KV, and also verify that the X-ray beam and the light beam are properly aligned so that when you take the photo is taken where the light is shining. Until the next video, thank you and stay safe.